What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, everybody? What's going on? Uh, Running a little late on this cold Wednesday morning. Everybody oversleeping. Nobody got their alarms turned on. Well, they got their alarms turned on, but they sleeping through them. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I'd like to welcome y'all to Tim's Tidbit. If this is your first time pulling up with us, I'd like to say welcome. If this is not your first time pulling up with you and you're a faithful member of the gang, just like Spidey who hanging out over here, I'd like to say welcome and thank you for always pulling up and supporting your boy. I'd like to welcome you to the overnight price action review for October the 5th, 2022. Yeah. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Al Gore's internet every single day talking about the price action. Once before the market opened at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, once after the market closed, typically at 6:30 p.m. But during football season, we're doing 7:30 p.m. because the adventures of Super Dad don't stop. And we just talk about the price action, meaning what is the market doing? How are we looking at the way the market's moving? Why are we looking at it that way? What do we anticipate? What positions are we thinking about getting into? Swing trading, day trading, whatever you want to do. We just talk about it, primarily focusing on the SPY. Hence Spidey right over here. Let me point at Spidey. Spidey right back there. Hence Spidey. See the SP, see that S? Wait, get on Spidey. SPY, because that's what I primarily trade. But you could take the techniques that we speak on. 99.99% of the stuff that we talk about is using ICT concepts. You can go to his YouTube page and learn them, or you can come here and hang out with the gang and talk about it every single day so you can see what a full-time trader will do. Because, yes, I am a full-time trader. Hey, man, that's all the spiel bill I got today. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Do what you do. I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to give this game away for free in the hopes of helping somebody understand it a little bit better. You feel me? Let's see who in the chat today, man. Shout out, speaking of dislike button, shout out, Cool It Now. Ooh, watch out. Shout out, Cool It. What's up, Thomas? What's going on, Angela? Good morning, Tanya. Here to learn and share. What's going on? What's going on, T. Baker? I see more numbers at the top than I see names, but them the only names I see in the chat, so that's all we gonna say today. Let's get into it, man. Y'all can hear the raspiness. I don't even have no water back here, man. I'm tripping. What's up? We got High C. What's going on, High C? What's up, Aloysius mom? What's going on, Aloysius mom and little Aloysius? What's going on, Thomas King? How you doing? Hey, how you doing? I'm glad that you got through. What's up, C-Walk? What's good, family? How you doing, man? Hey, let's get into it. Let's hurry get into it before Robinson pop in and ruin my breakfast that I ain't eat yet. Hey, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Last night, I took the market short at 38.90, 36.90, 36. Michelle Tucker! I saw you just pop in, Michelle Tucker. How you doing? Hey, what is it? I took it short at some time last night. And then I came back in here last night to mark out my midnight line. And I saw that it was dilly-dallying. It wasn't like really doing that. I said, oh, they trying to fake me out. They gonna mess around and pop it back up to the upside. So I'm not gonna lose money in my sleep. I'm just gonna cover. And if it go to my destination, it go. If it don't go to my destination, I'm gonna either wake up with a little bit of money or a little bit more money. That's how I feel. You know, I'm like, you ain't gonna stop me out in my sleep. You ain't gonna punch me while I'm sleeping. And then when I came back in here to mark off my my 12, when I came back here this morning, I woke up this morning with an old man bladder, and I came in to mark off my 3 o'clock, the London open line, and I saw that I went short at 37.89. I went short at 37.89. And when I came back in here, I saw that old funky dog had came up and because I covered at 38, 37, 87. What I said, I went short at 37.89. When I came back here after midnight, it was at 10.25. I went short at 37.89. I came back in here after midnight, and it was dilly dallying. You know what I'm saying? I think I was like maybe about up 6 points. I might have been like up like 5 or 6 points, something like that, right? I said, oh, it's playing with me. It ain't. I was only going for like 15 points. I wasn't even trying to ride it. At first, I tried to ride it all the way to the bottom of the wick, and then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go for 15 points. I ain't trying to be greedy, right? And so I saw it was dilly dallying, and it hadn't hit my target in like 2 hours. So I covered at 37.87, and then went in there, watched TV until I fell asleep. Came in here this morning with an old man bladder about 4 o'clock, and I saw that it had went up, stopped me out, and then went well down and started a trek down, well down to the bottom of the wick where I initially was going to shoot for. And then I said, you funky dog, you funky dog. And the only reason I play it like that overnight is because like the Asian session and the London session, that's not my typical playground. So when I be trying to do stuff overnight, what I'll do, like if I see the move and then if it start taking too long to get to my target, then I'll just cover it in case it like wants to reverse on me in the middle of the night, because I don't watch that market, so I don't know the tendencies of it. So I'll just cover it, and I'll either wake up with a little bit of money or a little bit more money. That's just how I play it when I'm doing something overnight. Let's get into it, man. Econoday.com. Anybody who don't know about econoday.com, this is where I choose to come get my economic data. What's today? Wednesday the 5th. As y'all see, ADP numbers came out at 8:15. We had some stuff come out at 8:30. If you don't know about I don't want to say ADP, econoday.com. Man, I had a brain cramp. When it says report, that means that event happens. When it says consensus, that means that event has not happened yet. If you click on consensus or report, it takes you to the exact same page. The only difference is when it says report, there would be a column there that says, let's say, hey, what time ADP come out? That says 8:15. Why doesn't it have the actual? It should be a column here that says actual. Oh, I guess this says estimate. Theirs is different on ADP. It says estimate on ADP, right? The consensus range was 200,000, and it came in at an estimated 208,000. I guess there's the other one. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't realized this ADP employment report said estimate. Everything else that I've seen says actual. There's a column that says actual right here. You have the previous, right? The previous revised, well, prior revised, the consensus for what they expect for now, the consensus range, and then what the actual report is, except this one says estimate, right? You can read about what it is down here, click on why investors care, and then it expand out and show you why investors care about that. And then yeah, that's this is where I choose to come get my economic data. This week, I ain't gonna hold you. All eyes are on this down here. This right here where it says employment situation, this is non-farm payroll. This week, all eyes are on what non-farm payroll comes in at. This is what everybody and their mama is waiting for. I saw a headline this morning when I was in matter of fact, here it is right here. I saw a headline this morning saying US eyes September payroll as the UK digests economic policy chaos, right? And they did something over there in UK. They switched up something. So everybody waiting to see what the US do when they non-farm payroll come out. Like it's crazy. I didn't read everything about it. I didn't go into detail. I just saw the headline. I said, okay. So again, we had already said this before at the beginning of the week that everybody was waiting on. This was the most important thing of the week right there. So, you know, be mindful of that. Since we out here on Al Gore's internet, let's get right into it and holler at Spyleen. Sing it with me. Spyleen, where you at, baby? Here I go. There she go. Hey, how you doing? I'm glad that you got through. Spyleen is about to have a mean gap down. We're about to have a $4 and some change gap down. Yes, that's $4 and what's that? 41 cent. That's $4.41. Yes, that is. We about to have a $4.41 gap down. That's putting us right down at the top of this previous gap down right here. The little box that we have there, that comes like right in line with the top of that gap down. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see if we get us a gap and drop and feel. Now this wick, I don't know why this wick is here, right? Because we didn't trade down here yesterday during the day, right? So I don't know why that wick is there. Matter of fact, let me drop down to the hourly chart, and I'm going to put some lines to see. This is pre-market. This was the pre-market low, right? And this was the the after hours, that's lower than that. So this was the this was the high on the 3rd. Yes, this was the high on Monday. All right, let me drop these down a little, make them skinny. Change the color too. Change the dash. I'm gonna dash them so I know what they are. Right, so this is all right. So now let's go back to the daily. Right, see that? So all of this wick right here, the only wick that should be there on this calendar, if it was showing pre-market, it would be there, because there's the high from Monday, right? And this was the pre-market low. If it was even showing pre-market, the wick should only be there, but it typically doesn't show pre-market or post-market on these wicks. So I don't know what this weird wick is right here. I really don't know what that wick, that's driving me crazy. I don't know what that wick is, right? Does anybody else chart show that long wick on TradingView? That wick should not be there. I ain't gonna hold y'all. That doggone green screen just scared the mess out of me, because I don't have the normal, like yesterday Calandra had an interview and she was using the normal pop-up green screen I put back here, and I done went back to my old school green screen where, you know, I got it hanging from the ceiling and the fan is blowing. It's farther back, the fan blowing, and the green screen was wiggling. I'm in the house by myself and something caught my eye moving, and it was high up in the air. And so I thought somebody had done walked in here. I ain't even gonna hold you. That had to scared me half to death just then. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that weird wick. I got caught up with that wick, man. We getting ready to gap down right here at this this previous gap down. Let's see if this gap acts as support, right? A lot of times a gap, especially a full gap like this right here, will act as support or resistance. Let's see if this acts as some form of support. We gap down to it, you know, boom. Let's see if we, you know, saying if it acts as some kind of support to price, or if we will come down and fill in this full gap up that we made, you know what I'm saying? Ignoring that wick. I hate that wick is there. I can't even really concentrate with that wick being there. let's see what the price action do today, man. Shout out ICT. ICT is a big proponent, if that's the word I'm looking for, of not really trading non-farm payroll week. Shout out Lex. Lex says she don't trade non-farm payroll week after Wednesday. You know, everybody in the mind frame of steering clear of the market on non-farm payroll week. You know what I'm saying? A lot of smart people avoid it. Why? Because the market tends to do now I hate to say unpredictable, but like it tends to trade abnormally. Now, here we are. As you see, this was the move I was talking about. I was trying to get. I initially was going to try to take it down to the bottom of this wick over here, right here. The low of that wick is 37.6670. I think I had set my target to 36.67, and it was 36.6675. I set my target to one tick above it, and then I was like, you know what, I ain't gonna be greedy. I entered back here. Where is it? 37. Where is it? 36. Where did I go in it? What did I say? I entered that 37.89. So 37.89. Man, I'm going too high. 89. Okay, boom. So here, there you go. Here. So I entered right here on this counter right here. These 15-minute counters I entered on a 5-minute. So 37.89. I entered on a 5-minute fair value gap. So let me I'm gonna put a line here and I'm set it to 37.89. It popped to 37.87 where I got taken out at. So 37.89. So the reason why I was trying to take it down when I came back here, it was like what time was it? 9:30. Yeah, 9. Okay, this is the 9:45 counter. So we was right around here. So it was like right before 10 o'clock. So it was like 9:45, 10 o'clock, somewhere there, right? We had a breaking structure right here. We had a breaking structure right here on the 15-minute, came down here, made equal lows, right? And we had been selling down. Looking at how the price we did, yes, we had a large buy side imbalance over here. I was like, okay, we got a large buy side imbalance. We came down to this fair value gap and we wicked up hard right there. And now we came and we ran buy side liquidity, and now we're pushing back down. So okay, we're going to at least deliver that buy side liquidity, possibly to here under this low, or at least down here to this buy side imbalance with these two large fair value gaps, right? That was my thought process, right? My thought process was that we came down, we had a breaking structure right here on the 15-minute, and this is right when I came in. We was around this time here. So I was like, okay, we can potentially make a fair value gap here, but this candle wasn't done yet. So I dropped down to the 5-minute. I dropped down to the 5-minute, and when I dropped to the 5-minute, I saw that we had already formed a 5-minute fair value gap right here. So we had a 5-minute fair value gap right here. We had a 5-minute order block, a 2-candle order block right here. I initially was going to go off of the open of the 2-candle order block, but I said, no, Tim, don't try to be greedy. I'm just going 50% of the order block. I mean, of the fair value gap. Set my order at 50% of the fair value gap. Went and took a shower. Came back at about 11:30. I was in the trade, and we was just like dilly-dallying around here. I came back again after 12, which would have been around this time here. I mean, when I tell you I was about 5 or 6 points up, it was around here. It was still dilly-dallying. I said, okay, it's playing with me. I came in and I covered at 38 37.87. I came that was my entry. I came in, I covered at 38.87 right there. And this is where we were when I came back here to mark my midnight line, right? I said, okay, I know it's gonna come back and stop me out because I know it's gonna poke above midnight before it drops. But in case they want to fake me out and come down and run this sell side liquidity and then push it back up, hit me with the 52 fake out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, we already roughly 20, 30 points down. If they want to come down, hit me with the fake out, run this sell side liquidity, don't get to my target and take off, you're not going to stop me out at night. So I covered, as you see, they came up, stopped me out. And then around the London Open, we came down, pushed up one more time to that area, and then dropped it like it was hot. So that was my reason for trying to go short, because I looked at we had the buy side imbalance of course yesterday, and then we had came up, took out this buy side liquidity and had started to sell off. You know, we were selling off, and so since we took out that buy side liquidity, I was like, okay, we're going to deliver it somewhere, right? This was the first low hanging fruit. That was my initial target, the low hanging fruit. But then I was like, after it was like dilly-dally, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to be greedy. I was only going for 15 points, right? And then we still didn't get it by the time, and then I just covered, and I covered, left it at 15 points. No, I covered, and I put it back down here to the low-hanging fruit. That's what I did. I covered, put it back to the low-hanging fruit, and then it stopped me out. And as you see, it would have been a successful trade if I wouldn't have covered it. But hindsight is 20/20 vision. Like I say, when I do these overnight while I'm sleeping trades, I'm either gonna wake up with a little bit money or a little bit more money. That's how I look at it. No harm, no foul. Either way it go, it's still money being made in my sleep. So we pretty much just melted off all night. That's the price action. We just pretty much melted off all night. We have run sell side liquidity a couple times. We engineered liquidity throughout the from about 9:30 up until the London Open. We consolidated right here. We sold down, consolidated, and then sold down some more. So we've ran sell side liquidity here. We've ran sell side liquidity here. When I say here, I mean these equal lows at 37, roughly 37.80. These equal lows at 37.80, right? And then we came back and we ran sell side here at 37.66.75, right? Once we ran sell side there, we pushed back up and made relative equal highs right there. We'll go ahead and mark that buy side right here because we got relative equal highs resting above 37.79, right? Which, if I'm mistaken, may be the overnight high. I'll check it in just 1 second. Buy side liquidity. No, it's not. The overnight high is way up here because it's the London Open. The overnight high is 37.8750, and we got relative equal highs just above that. Mark that right there. Relative equal highs up there at 37.88 75. Got relative equal highs there. Well, I don't have any text here that I could use. Buy side liquidity. Buy side liquidity high. That's the overnight high. Buy side liquidity high. Overnight highs at 37, 37.88.75. We got buy side liquidity high resting at 37.79 at the most recent swing high that we marking these on 15-minute levels. Let me go to the 60. I like to mark my what's names on the 60-minute level. How y'all let me? Oh, that's still good levels though. Them good 60-minute levels too. Relative equal highs at the overnight high. We got buy side above 37.79. We're pushing down the market getting ready to open. We got a fair value gap right here. We got a potential order block right here at the bottom of that fair value gap. The high of the potential order block is the bottom of this 60-minute fair value gap right there that I'm not going to bother to mark out because we already got a larger fair value gap that's marked out in the background. Okay, so looking at where we've come so far, again, if where we got to yesterday is the completion of this buy model, right? These areas like this order block we got here, which is at this breaking structure, which is relatively close to this order block on the opposite side. If this fails, we can potentially continue to push down. But if we bounce off of it, just like we bounced off of this order block over here yesterday. If we bounce off of this, we can potentially push up, and this could realistically be the top of this buy model. Does that have to happen today? No, it doesn't. This area can fail. We can continue to push down, right? And then start to go back up and still complete this buy model further up, because it doesn't have to just stop up here. Let's check the equilibrium for, what's the day? The 5th. All right, so from the 4th. All right, this is midnight. That's the midnight candle. All right, so equilibrium for yesterday's complete range from midnight to 5 o'clock. We've just approached equilibrium. This order block puts us into a discount market. That order block puts us into a discount market for yesterday's range. So again, if this order block holds and we push back up, that's bringing us back to a discount market for yesterday's full range. Right, that's a discount market for yesterday's full range from midnight to the 1700 closing candle. Right, so we've just come into a discount on that. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I know this week has been super bullish thus far. It has been really, really bullish thus far. But don't anticipate anything. Don't anticipate the market just snapping back like on a pullback. Don't anticipate the market continuing to go up. This is the time to let the market show you what it's going to do. Well, Tim, why do you say that? I'm glad you asked that question, little Timmy Rogers, because as you all know, right, we have hit certain targets that we pointed out throughout the week so far. Monday, you know what I'm saying, we hit the target that we was talking about. Tuesday, we hit the target we was talking about. We have hit targets already, right? So now is the time to let the market show you what it wants to do, right? Let the market show you what it wants to do. Let's say we stop here, we don't go down any lower, and we start to push up. That's going to be a daily fair value gap that we just formed right there. Not saying that we will, but that'll be a daily fair value gap. Also, look at where we are. We're trading back down the bottom of this. I think this is a weekly fair value gap. That's right there at a breaking structure, right? That's right there at this breaking structure, right? So if we come down, we can very well stop at this breaking structure and start to push back up, leaving another daily fair value gap for us to come back to at a later point in time. This is all the stuff you want to be paying attention to, because the move, the bullish move started Monday. If you didn't get in the bullish move Monday, You know what I'm saying? You kind of late to the party and you kind of chasing right now. You know what I'm saying? So as far as day trading, all rules, all bets off of day trading. You see your setup, you go for it. But I'm just talking about like trying to get you a quick swing or try something like that. But just be careful. Don't anticipate nothing. The market is open. The market is open. The market is open. If you got to go trade, thank you for pulling up with your boy. Hit the like button on the way out the door. I appreciate you. I'll see you tonight at 7:30 for the price action recap. For everybody else that's hanging out for a minute or two, just remember, don't try to predict anything. Just look at the price action, study the price action, and follow what the price action is giving you. We've come down very close to the bottom of this hourly fair value gap. Very close to this hourly order block. We're pushing back up. We just took out we just made a new low. We took out the we've continued to take sell side all night. We haven't taken any buy side yet, right? We pushed down, made equal lows, right? Pushed back up a little bit, came down, took sell side, right? Made a fair value gap, never made it back to that fair value gap on 60-minute levels. This is came down, took the sell side, right? On this candle here, wick back up, came down, took the sell side again on this candle, made a swing low, right? Pushed up, never made it back to the fair value gap. We did poke above here, so on a lower time frame, we took out some type of sell side on a lower time frame around here as far as a swing high, but again, we still haven't gotten up and taken any hourly sell side. Then we pushed down, buy side, I'm sorry. Then we pushed down and we took out the sell side again. Then we came here and we just made a new low again. We're constantly taking sell side, taking sell side, taking sell side. We haven't been taking any buy side. So the bias for the day thus far is extremely bearish. From overnight, from yesterday's close up until now, everything is extremely bearish right now. We're constantly taking sell side and we're not delivering it back to any buy side. You know what I'm saying? We're just taking sell side, taking sell side, taking sell side. So trade careful, wait for your setup. Don't try to jump in. As you see, we've fallen nice ways overnight through the Asian, Sydney, and the London. Now we're pushing back up toward this buy side there. Let's go drop lower to 15-minute and see what it's looking like. We have nice smooth lows on these two candles right here. Again, we came down right here to this breaking structure right over there. Okay, we did not break that low. So this right here would be an example of a mitigation block right there. This candle, hold on, let me check and make sure. Came up, made a low, came up, did not break that low, failure swing, take off. Yes, so this right here would be an example of a mitigation block right here. We came down roughly, and we didn't like see, it's like a bunch of up close candles right there, but this high right here would be an example of a mitigation block. We came back into that mitigation block, and now we rocketed up off of it, right? And the reason why that would be a mitigation block is because we came up, right? We made a low, we came up, made a low, made a high, then we failed to break that low. This high did not break that low, and then we took off. If this high would have broke that low and we took off, you see what I'm saying? That gives it the potential to be a breaker when we traded back through it. But it's like we got a failure. We had a failure here and took off, so we came back to it. You know what I'm saying? That's the little mitigation area where they and how ICT be saying it, like they mitigate they lost because they stuck down here, right? Like they came down here and they went short going out, and then it reversed and because we consolidated here, right? It broke out to the downside, so they went short, right? Then it came and they stuck down there, and they, you know what I'm saying, they wanna get out, but it's coming down and not letting them get out. They're stuck, right? And so when it go back up and it come back down, they just like mitigating their losses because they had a lot of losses down here. Then it's come back down and they just mitigating their losses there. So we pushed back up, and remember, it's still super bearish. It's super bearish, but that's why I was looking to see where we stopped at right there, and we took off. So we pushed up. We don't have any type of break instruction to the upside. We still have not taken this buy side liquidity there. We pushed up very high, and then now we're dying off. Typically on the ES, when we take off like this right here, and typically we go back and revisit these wicks when we have these super long wicks like this right here, for no super apparent reason. A lot of times we go back and we revisit these wicks before making the move, or we even go back and revisit them and keep going. Just a note to throw out there. Go to the 5-minute peak at this. We do have a couple breaks of structure on the 5-minute. We got a breaking structure there, breaking structure there, breaking structure there. And then we pushed up. Now we're coming back down. Let's see how this plays out. We got very smooth lows on the 15-minute and the 5-minute right here. Smooth equal lows like that be magnets for price. They be magnets for price. Looking at the Dow, looking at the NQ is weaker. Is the NQ is like really weak. The Dow is the strength leader right now. The ES is the step baby in the middle. Stuck in between both worlds. Looking at these yesterday, the NQ actually filled this fair value gap that we're in right now. The Dow just came back to this breaking structure, just like the ES did, just came back to this breaking structure without completely filling this hourly fair value gap from yesterday. The Dow did the same thing, but the NQ, if you look right here on this 2 o'clock candle, the NQ actually came down and filled that fair value gap yesterday on the 2 o'clock candle, whereas the Dow and the ES did not. The ES came, you know what I'm saying, more than 50% of the way there. The Dow looked like it stopped just shy of 50% of the way there. And right now, the Dow is the relative strength leader on this hour. Overnight, the Dow was showing more relative strength. Also, the ES, well, the ES and the Dow was, because all of them was consolidating around the same area, but when it comes to like the low, from the low to where we were, because all of them was pretty much consolidated doing the same thing, but this 2 o'clock low was just a lot lower on the NQ, and the NQ is pushing to the downside, is leading to the downside right now. The Dow is trying to maintain it. The Dow is still green on this hour. It's slightly green on this hour. The NQ is heavily red on this hour. The NQ just took out sell side liquidity below this order block, this potential order block right here. It just took out sell side liquidity under that. The ES and the Dow has not. So from that 2 o'clock candle yesterday, the NQ has taken that low, and the Dow has taken that low from the wait a minute, no, that's the wrong candle, Tim. The Dow has not taken that low. So that's the 9 a.m. candle from yesterday. So the 9 a.m. candle, the NQ has taken that low, but the Dow and the ES are still far off from that low. Um, we have wicked up off of this 5-minute potential order block. We came back to the breaking structure, still watching these smooth lows right here. Still watching to see what this wants to do. It's not giving, it's still giving me consolidation vibes. We're still in the same range that we was consolidating in since this time. It's a little bit lower. We have broken a little bit lower, but if you look at this range here, we're pretty much still in the same range. We're still in the same range ever since, you know, 4 o'clock, since like around 4 o'clock this morning. If I hover my line there, it's like around 4 o'clock, we were slightly above this wick right here that we just made. And then now we're slightly below the bottom of that range. So it's still the same range. We're not really doing much. Not really doing much right now. It ain't giving me no vibes of like, hey, jump in and trade me. Hey man, I forgot to look at the chat, man. I forgot to look at the chat. I apologize, y'all. Hello, Brittany. What did you pull up? What's going on, Lil Hawk? What's up, FC? What's up, King Ali? I was tripping trying to figure that out as well. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Oh, what he said. Oh, Thomas said dark pool money created wick. Information came from another channel. Still don't understand dark pool money. Me neither. I've been hearing people talk about like dark pool wicks and stuff like that. I don't understand it. I don't even try to go research it. I just hear them talk about dark pool wicks. TOS shows a wick also. Hey, Thomas says a dark pool wick. All right. You took that trade at 50% of the fair value gap. So was your stop loss set at the swing high right before the fair value? Yes, it was right above that. It was right above that order block. It was where's the time at? It was where we at? This is where I went in right here. This is the fair value gap. I took it. My stop loss was right here, right above this order block right here. It was right above the I could have put it above this swing high, but I just put it above the order block because there was a swing high right there. So it was at 79 and my stop loss was right here at 94. Right there. I had it 1 point above this right here. This was like 93.50. So I had it at 94. It was only two ticks above. I usually do like a whole point. I usually do a whole point, but I was like, you know, I just put it here because this is where I just gave it like 2 ticks above this swing high. So that was what 91, 2, 3, 4. So that was like 4.5 points. It was like 4.5 points of risk. But yeah, that's where it was, right above that swing high. What's up, Gabriel? What's going on with you? Hey, did you ever get all that stuff sorted out with your Ninja Trader? Man, what is you doing? Stay ain't doing nothing. I'm starting to get hungry. Let me set my New York. Oh man, we open. Oh, we open way down here. Golly, I didn't realize we open way down there. Durr. The New York Open is 37.59 even. I didn't realize we open way down there. 37.59 even is the New York Open. New York Open is 37.59 even. We, as far as sell side, we're working our way. We was trying to make our way down to fill this imbalance here. See how we going back and revisiting this wick? Remember I say a lot of times we make these long, stupid wicks, we'll revisit them. See how we going back and revisiting that wick. We were making our way to the bottom of this buy side imbalance. We have right now we have stopped over here at this area right here, this mitigation block area right there. And I'm calling that a mitigation block because we had a failure swing right here. And whenever we have a failure swing, right, that's your mitigation block right there. This just the way little Timmy Rogers see it. If I'm seeing it wrong, it makes sense in my mind. But the way I tell the difference between breakers and mitigation blocks is this high breaks that low, right? This high breaks that low. And when we trade back through it, that's the breaker. I'm expecting to come back down to the breaker and bounce off. If this high fails to break that low, a failure swing, sheep, boop, boop. This high fails to break that low and then takes off, that's the mitigation block. So right now we came down to the mitigation block, right? Shout out to homie Robinson for doing something good. Hey, if you got a question, just pull up, Towns. I'm just running my mouth, man. If you got a question, just pull up. We finished. We've been done for a minute. I just been sitting here talking. Yeah, so that's it. And shout out Robinson shared the video that I was talking about when ICT was talking about what he looked for on a different. Now, mind you, now this is a 15-minute time frame, so this is really low on the totem pole. You know what I'm saying? So he starts at like the daily. He started the monthly looking for mitigation blocks. You know what I'm saying? Breakers. Look, these the different things in the order of importance that he looking for, right? And then, and I get why he looked for the mitigation block first, because the mitigation block is a spot where people are stuck. You know what I'm saying? People are willing buyers or sellers at that area because they're stuck on the wrong side of the trade. So it's like they're a willing buyer or seller at the area, like, please get me out this trade. I understand why he looked for the mitigation blocks first, because the mitigation block is where they mitigating their loss. They were down a lot, you know what I'm saying, either to the long side or the short side, and now they not really down. The link pinned at the top of the chat, Towns. You already know I pinned it at the top now. Stop acting like you knew here. And then so he started on the monthly level. Then he go to the daily level. Then he goes to the weekly level. He's looking for these PD arrays on all these levels. Now, we've come to a mitigation block on a 15-minute level. So that's way down on the totem pole as far as having influence on how far it's going to move the price. You see what I'm saying? It came down. It moved the price up. That was, if you know what I'm saying, that was a clean day trade if you're a mitigation block trader. You know what I'm saying? I ain't mad at taking this trade off of the close of the mitigation block at 37.59 and then it getting all the way back up to 37.77. You know what I'm saying? That's well beyond 10 and go. You know what I'm saying? That was a 10 and go moment right there. You know what I'm saying? 10 shots, 10 points at a time. Bing, bing. That's well above a 10 and go. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Gabriel?
What's up, my guy? How you doing?
Chilling. What's up with
you? Hey, I got a question. All right, so I don't have the ATM yet set up. I haven't upgraded to that. I was gonna ask you, is there a way when I take a position to go back and set a stop loss in a target? Or I have to have the ATM strat? It is.
Yeah, okay. You and that's what I was talking about the other day when you go. Wait a minute, you say you ain't got, what you mean you ain't got the ATM?
Right, so you gotta pay now. You gotta pay, like, in order to have ATM on your program. Yeah, you gotta pay like $750, like now $225 every 3 quarters to get that.
So it's not part of the life. What you did you get the lifetime license?
No, I haven't got the lifetime license. I just got the free license.
Okay. So you don't plan on using NinjaTrader to trade? Wait a minute. Are you gonna use NinjaTrader to like do your futures trading?
I'm gonna use it right now, but eventually I'm going back to E-Trade.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't have to have as much capital with NinjaTrader as I do with E-Trade to do a micro contract.
Oh, okay, okay. So, cause I'm like, man, I like that. Cause when I went with Ninja Trader, I was like, I'm just gonna buy the lifetime license, cause you know what I'm saying. This is what I'm gonna be using. But yeah, I get it. I get it. If you're gonna go somewhere else, I get it. Yeah. So, if you once you get in, now the thing of it is with Ninja Trader, once you get in and you put it in, once you hit your target or your stop, you got to go back and cancel those other orders because it's not part of an ATM strategy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not part of an ATM strategy. So you would have to hold on, let me switch over to Sim real quick and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Uh Sim. All right, so boom. Right. Let me make sure I don't have any. So I ain't got no ATM set up, right? And so I'm just going what we dropping. I'm just gonna sell the market right here. Right? I'm
Okay.
sell the market right here. Right? And see, I got the just the order in, right? So you just come in and you right click, right? And you put sell limit right there. I mean buy. I'm tripping. I sold. You hit buy stop limit, right? And it'll put
Mm-hmm.
in a buy stop right there, right? So now I got a buy stop there, right? And then um you come down here, right? And then what did I sell the market?
Yeah, you saw the market.
I sold the market.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, if you sell, you buy to get out. Okay. So then I come down here. Let's come down here while it's going down. And then we're gonna do a buy limit right there. I'm trying to get out. Come on, get out. God dog, get out. Stop running from me. Get out. See how I left it? You see how
Yeah.
I left that order? Now I got to go back and I got to click that out. You see what I'm saying? Like, cause it's not part of an ATM strategy. So it's like you have to, it's three separate orders. So it's like once it fill that order, it's not an order cancel, it's not an OCO type situation. So once you hit, like when you get into the trade, right, and then you go in and you set your stop and your profit. Once you hit one, you have to go back and close that other one because it's not part of a OCO order. And every time I'm just sitting up here messing around and just showing you stuff, it'd be a profitable trade.
My bad, man.
But yeah, that I mean, but that you see what I'm saying? Like if you don't have the ATMs, you can go in and do it,
Yeah.
right? But you have to go and cancel that other order because it's just an order that's lingering out there and it will come back and get you in a trade. Like if I wouldn't have moved that, I would be in a trade right now. I would be in a trade buying up right now if I wouldn't have went in and took out that buy stop.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I feel what you're saying on that. Okay.
So
So
you saying with the free license you can't do ATM strategies?
I would have to upgrade to like the next one, and it's like 750. But like, I mean, like, I'm probably gonna be on Ninja. I'm in a couple months, but I'm gonna end up going back to E Trade, and I don't really want to just spend that money and not be, with the program anymore.
Yeah. Don't waste no money. If you don't plan on doing it, it's too easy. All you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Once you get in, it's too
Mhm.
easy to just um what's that cause if you don't want to go if you don't want to go through the trouble of like making two orders, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You can always like just, you know what I'm saying, go in and set your stop. And then once it get to like your target, you can just grab the stop and slide it to wherever it is and then just let it stop you out of the trade. You know what I'm saying? And like once it just say if you let me
You mind if I bring my screen up so I can make sure I'm doing this right?
yeah, go ahead, man.
Mm, I'm gonna see him.
This thing just dilly dallying, man.
Trust me, I know. I'm waiting on him to come pick me up too. I forgot to share the screen. Oh, okay.
I don't see it yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
I see me.
I know I got you on the main screen, man. Okay. I'm trying to. All right. So I need to bring up the chart when I do this, right? All right. So,
Yeah.
okay, on this right here, well, I need to go see him first. Get out of this.
Minimize that. What's name? It's driving me crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. There you go. All right. Yeah. All that moving was driving me crazy.
okay. All right. I'm gonna go to see him. Okay. So on this part right here, from here, I will set the order from here, right? Like I set wherever I want to buy from here first. Then once I buy it, then I could turn around and come back. So I just say I go to MES. I'm gonna sell where I'm at.
Order filled.
All right, now from this point, you say go onto the chart right here and set it.
Yeah. You right click. Don't click on the calendar. Like get off the calendar. Yeah.
See,
Hold on. Go to the go up to the chart trader thing. Yeah,
right
right
here.
there. No, to the right. One to the right.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
Oh, see. Okay, so it's a lifetime thing I gotta do. Okay.
Oh, so you can't see, they won't let you see the chart trader?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's
saying,
grayed out. You can't do
yeah.
nothing. You can't do nothing with it. Over there on your okay, what is that you got? What's that one you did it from? What's the name of that box right there? The gray box to the left of the chart.
Basic entry.
Basic entry. Let me see if I've never even used that. Let me go and look at that on mine. See what they got going on with that.
Okay.
And you said it's called basic entry.
Yeah, I mean, like from here, I just hit new, and
Uh-huh.
then I just click right there.
I don't see. Oh, basic entry. There it is right there at the top. Golly, Tim, open your eyes. Okay, so all right, we got that. All right, limit.
Really, watch me make money off of Sim Trade.
Huh?
Watch me make money off of Sim Trade while I'm on the computer.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I told you. I told you. Go ahead and close it so you feel good about it. Be like, hey,
Yeah,
I just
go ahead and close it. Oh,
just hit close.
Oh my god! Seriously, that ain't right.
Go to the just you
Oh
could
man,
there you go. I was gonna say
right,
just hit the button on the box. Okay.
right.
Yeah, you know what? It don't even have a stop right there. Like I'm looking at the box. It let me select the instrument. And then yeah, I see your ATM strategy is grayed out.
Yeah.
And then the stop not even the stop not even it's gray. On the basic entry, the stop is gray. Even on mine. You know what I'm saying? Like it says type limit, it's got the limit price, and then the stop is like grayed out.
Okay, I done got sick over here, man. That trade. You gotta be kidding me. Oh man. Okay.
It just ran that what's name. I wonder if hold on, I'm gonna test something real quick. And let's see if I don't even know how to really work this thing. Let me so we got the bid axe. I don't know how to work this little box right here. I'm so used to using the chart trader. So let me get into it. Let me sell the mark. I'm on sim, right? Yes, I'm on sim. Sell the market.
Order filled.
Right. I'm gonna sell the market there. And then I'm gonna go to 37. What is that? 37.55. I'm going to go to 37 55. All right, it's still going the other way. I'm going to go 37.55. Look at this mess.
Man, I'm so sick, man. Oh my, oh man.
37. I'm over here. I could be making money right now. 37.55. I got that 56. Okay, I'm gonna hit Control Z. I'm gonna put OC like what I did right there. OCO order. I hit Control Z. I changed it to see how the OC popped up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna set this to stop limit. Oh, wait a minute. Why did that just change? I got it on OC. Stop market. Okay, stop market. I got it on OC. I'm gonna put it on 37. Oh man, I don't have the other order on there. But I'm gonna try it anyway. I'm gonna put at 37.55. Okay, 37.55. Ah, it's getting up there too quick. God dog it. Go back down. I'm trying to see if I can set it to like an OCO, like an order cancel order, and it take the other orders off. So I'm put it at 37.60, right? And then, man, how do I put it on there from here? How do I put the order on now? I don't know how to do it from this screen right here. How do I put that's break even. I don't even know how to put it in how do I even cancel this? I don't know how to use this box, man. Get out of here, box.
I got you.
Let me. I'm gonna say. I'm put. All right, I got it on OCO. I got it on OCO there. Let me see if this works. I'm just gonna put it on OCO. I got it on OCO there, and then I sold. So I'm gonna put a buy stop right here. Yes, and then I got it on OCO here. So I'm gonna put buy limit right there. So I got them. I got OCO on. Now let's see if this makes this disappear the other one. Okay, hit it, man. Jesus Christ, come on.
I think I might have just get
there you go. That's how you do it. That just did it. Did you see it?
Yep.
I turned on OCO. I turned on OCO and it took the other orders off once it hit it. So I got into the I didn't know how to put it on there from the other screen. All you gotta do is have to figure out how to put it on there from that basic entry screen.
Right.
Because it let me turn on, you see, it let me turn on OCO on that screen. Like when I hit when I came over here and I right clicked on the thing, I right clicked on the screen and I clicked OCO, right? And do you have that on there?
No, I think because I was following you while you was doing it, I'm gonna have to go ahead and do the lease. I think that's what
no. Don't pay the extra money because all you gotta do is just, you know what I'm saying, just set one. Like when you go in and you get your entry, right? Boom. Once you get your entry, just go. Was it letting you right click and put in? Oh, you can't even do the chart trading.
Nah, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and do it because like some of these positions, I want to set them like at 6 o'clock when it open up, and then just kind of let it ride until the morning.
Oh yeah, if you want to. If you don't want to sit in front of the chart, yeah, you're gonna have to go ahead and fork over the money. And if I was you, if you're gonna fork over money, honestly, I just go ahead and do like the lifetime and just use Ninja Trader. You know what I'm saying? Because I would hate to just fork over money just for a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel
like, is it a big difference in the price between the two things? I don't know. If if it's a big difference, then you know what I'm saying, do what you gotta do. But if it ain't no big difference, I would just, you know what I'm saying, go. That's why I just went with the lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm glad you came on. Yeah, I am gonna just go ahead and bite the bullet on lifetime, because if not, I'm not gonna be able to sit now, and I ain't trying to sit in front of it for no 4 or 5 hours, you know.
Yeah.
So okay, well, I appreciate that, man. Have a good day, man.
All right, man. Ain't nothing. You too. Hey, I ain't got nothing else, man. We just y'all see what we doing. We ain't doing much of nothing right now. We did push down. We pushed down to let me get off this sim. Let me put me an ATM back on. Then let me go to hidden. Okay, we did push down back into, we feel that buy side imbalance. We feel that buy side imbalance came back to this consolidation area right here. Let's see what they look like on Spalene. The NQ is steady pushing the ES is steady pushing. The Dow is still holding strong. The Dow is still holding strong. Let's see how this play out. I know a lot of times the NQ in the ES will dump, and the Dow be holding strong to like right at the end of the day, and it'll follow suit or it'll hold strong for the entire day. But let's just see how this play out, because the Dow is not dropping. The Dow is refusing to drop right now. Let's see if that refusal holds up. Let's see if that refusal. The Dow is struggling to fill this buy side imbalance. It still has not filled it yet. The ES has filled it. It still has not taken that low from yesterday. The Dow is wait a minute. Did the Dow just turn red? Oh no, I'm like, whoa. I mean, did the Dow just turn green? But I moved it out. I moved it out the screen. I moved the last count out the screen. So it looked like that red counter had just went from like red to green. Man, I was tripping for a second. Yeah, the Dow like holding up. ES again has pushed down into the back to this consolidation area. We have filled this buy side imbalance that we created on yesterday. We have filled that buy side imbalance we created on yesterday, came back to the consolidation area. That's 15 minutes. Let's go to the hourly counters. I'm looking at the lower time frame. I don't like looking at them lower time frames. So again, we're this potential order block here is still holding, but it looking weak. It's looking like it's gonna give. I don't like to see when we trade past 50% of the order block. Once we trade past 50% of the order block, I'm like, yeah, that order block finna give out. So that if that peter out, you know, if you're still super bearish, for me, we've come too far for me to be looking for a day trade short off of coming past this right here and trading back up into it to go short, because we've come from here. That's the close of yesterday. Well, the 5 o'clock candle, right? This is the open for today's candle. This is the opening for today's candle at the 6 o'clock last night when we opened. We've come from we opened at 3801.50, went up to 3803.25, and now we're down here at 3745.50, right? So let's do the math on that. So we went as high as 3803.25, 3803.25 minus, and we're right now at, let's just say 3746. It's actually 3745, but we're just gonna say 3746. We already down 57 points, right? We're down 57 points. So for little Timmy Rogers, we've come too far. You know what I'm saying? Too far, too fast for me to participate in a short down here. If I was going to participate in a short, I needed to come back up here. I need it to come back up in this area for me to be interested in trying to go short. Come up here, run this buy side above 37.79, and then give me a reason to go back short. That's the only reason why I will be interested in participating in a short at this point, because we've come too far, right? If we don't come back up here, run this buy side at 37.79, and then give me a reason to go short, I just won't be going short, because from just today to there, as you see, that would be in a premium, right? That would be in a premium. And if we went back from the high of the move, that would be a slight premium right above equilibrium, right there. That was a good eyeball. I eyeballed that pretty good. But yeah, that's where I would be interested. If we came and took buy side there, then I would be willing to look for a short setup after taking that buy side there and trying to go back down. But if we don't get back up there, I won't be taking a short. At the bottom of our daily box is right here at 38.86.25. That's the external liquidity for our daily box. After we went and took all the buy side yesterday, when we took out all that buy side, now the bottom of our box. Now I set the top of the daily box as I didn't set it for yesterday's high, because we had traded above that and after hours, and then I didn't want to put the high as today's high if we start to trade up, and then I just have to move the top of the box again. So I set it for what day is that? The 22nd, the high of the 22nd, which was in September sometime. Let me show you the daily candles. Right, that's the previous high. So here we go here. Right, this was yesterday's high, right? I didn't want to put it like right there on yesterday's high and then the market take off and I got to keep moving the top of my box. So that's why, but I set the bottom of the box for yesterday's low, right? So if today continue down or just stay within this range right here, then I will adjust this back to yesterday's high. But I didn't know if this bullishness was going to continue. That's why I set the top of the box up there, because I get tired of moving the box every day. You know what I'm saying? I get tired of moving the box every day. So I didn't want to make the top of the box right there, and then overnight we trade through it, and then now I got to pick a new top of the box. But if we stay within this, if we do like an inside bar today, then I will adjust it back to yesterday's high. And if we do sell all the way off, speaking of, when I said sell all the way off, I thought about it. Before I get out of here, I want to share something. Y'all know I like to share stuff. Shout out Dustin. I was looking at a video last night that he did on YouTube. Because he go live every day doing the closing beat. I was looking at a video that he did on YouTube yesterday for the closing beat, and he was giving like statistical stuff. He do everything based off statistical data. Everything is statistical data with him, and he was giving like some statistics based off of how bear market bottoms are very violent. You know what I'm saying? Just different stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to kind of skim through there to find the stuff. I don't know exactly where it is. So y'all, let me share the screen right so y'all can hear it. And then y'all just bear with me while I'm trying to find. Y'all put in the chat and let me know if y'all can hear that music playing.
No, this
let me know if y'all can hear him.
So every Thursday we do a class for clients where we talk about getting your dough straight in any kind of unique way that we can. We're going to start thinking about money a little bit differently here. And so we're going to go over some very unique ways to get you to think about money differently. Some different strategies, right? So not just like motivation, rah stuff. I'm not good at that, but we're going to go over different things that we've done that are really unique type strategies for clients. there's the bottom. I better get in. We're going to go here. We saw that here. We saw that
All right,
thing
here go one
happening
part
there.
right here.
We're looking at potentially, well, at least a short-term bottom in the market. Now, I should tell you, and you probably already noticed, that bear market bottoms, whether temporary or not, tend to be violent. We saw that here. We saw that here. We saw that right now. We've seen that in every opportunity for the market to try to put in a bottom. It's a violent swing higher. What does that do? That makes you think, oh my God, there's the bottom. I better get in. We're going to go back to all-time highs. I'm going to miss out. This is going to be horrible. I'd rather you think of it a little bit differently. Realize that the bottom is violent. They tend to be, and that this is your opportunity to measure the next pullback. It's not going to go to all-time highs without you. That one's pretty much a given. So you go, okay, cool. People wanted to buy here for some reason. They think the Fed's done raising rates. I don't know. They haven't said anything different. I shared that with you yesterday, all the comments they've made. So now's your chance to go, okay, cool, rally. And when we pull back, I'd like to see if we barely pull back, if we aggressively fall and wipe out like all of one of these big gigantic days here, or maybe chop sideways for a while, right? That's your chance. That's when, now you go on and build your shopping list. Now is not the time to dive in and chase everybody else. Whatever you have, just enjoys the bounce, and that's all good. Now, speaking of bear markets making violent bottoms, when the eventual bottom happens, what I did is I looked back at every single bear market in history and said, I want to know the day of the low, what was the reversal? How big was it? I know it's supposed to be violent, so let's prove that point. And was it an amazing big time day? Well, let's take a look. If we go over to the slides here, this is the official performance of every bear market low. As if we knew it was coming, we'd just pretend like we could go back in history and say we knew that that was going to be the low, because obviously we know now which is the low. So here's where we stand right now. Yesterday's gain 2.98%. If that was the bear market low, it was below average in terms of a low, right? We have yet to see a reversal day that is at least average, about 4% in there, that could signify the bottom of a market. So maybe there's more to come, maybe there's not, I don't know. But here is every single scenario. So in October 1931, you can imagine what was going on then if you studied the markets at all. The one-day performance that marked the low was 12.36%. The bear market through COVID, the one day in March that marked the low was 9.38%. You could see each one that we put there. So this is impressive. It's just not above average. There's not a solid stamp by the bulls to say, bam, that's the low. We're interested. We're not going to look back. So I think that leaves us open for room to think about the next pullback. Think of it that way. That was what I was saying a second ago. Think of the pullback as your opportunity, not as trying to guess the low. It's the same on breakouts. You ever played a breakout? Like look at Brazil. I was going to talk about this all the time. I've shared this with you before. Now, we're also heading into a better part of the year. Sorry, you couldn't see the charts when I was pointing there for a second. This is the average performance of the Dow over the last 20 years. I share this with clients all the time. I've shared this with you before. I was looking back at some old slides that we had here. And we know that September is a rough one. I've shared that with you guys as well, that the September tends to be rough. We're going into a better part of the year seasonally. Doesn't mean it has to be positive, but we're already well on track to do that, right? We've more than beat the average just in the first 2 days of the fourth quarter. So when we look at October, we expect to see a little support, right? We're going into the midterms and all that, so it could be a little different. I shared some stats with you on that, but we're going into that time period where the market tends to, the bears tend to, back off a little bit. And so if we see a bounce, considering that we're also oversold in the same respect, in many sectors, like I reviewed yesterday, are way oversold and due for a bounce, well, that puts up a nice little recipe for maybe a year-end kind of rally that helps us all feel good around Christmas time and Amazon Prime Day and Black Friday and all that. Maybe we go spend money. I don't know. We'll see how these things go there. Okay, so that's the S&P. If you look around the S&P, well, 98.4% of the entire S&P was positive today.
All right, just want to share that statistical stuff. Dustin always be dropping, the stats for stuff, for like different situation with the rally. If you he be dropping some gems during his closing beats. Sometimes he be dropping a lot of gems for us when we do like the client only videos and stuff like that. But I just want to share that with y'all from like a statistics standpoint of, you know what I'm saying, the bottom of the bear market. Like, is this the bottom? Historically, based off statistics, the pop that we're seeing right now, as you see from the historical data, it's not even, it's impressive, but it's not even at the average. You know what I'm saying? The average, meaning from the highest high to the lowest low, equilibrium is here. In the rally that we seeing right now is like in 1 day rally, it's like down here. So is that the bottom? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of the things where, you know what I'm saying, he did another spot in there where he was like, I'm not the only person that sees this. You know what I'm saying? You think the guys at J, okay, here it is right here. I think this, let me play this little piece right here before I go get me something to eat. Let me see.
The sector performance. Let's say you go, I don't know what he just said. Let's move on to some other stuff here, because I rambled a little bit. Sometimes I do that. These things happen. If we look at
y'all can still hear him, right?
Sector performance. Let's say you go, I don't know what he just said. That this is something else, right? Let's go towards something simple. Well, this is going to be a little hard to see. I'm sorry for that. We're just trying to show it in a different way, and yeah, maybe it works. Here's the performance of each individual sector going through the rest of the year, right? I'm not telling you that's what's going to happen. I'm saying historically, right? We know we're going into a good time of the year where the market's going to move higher. Why does the market move higher? Sectors are moving the market higher. There's 11 sectors that make up the S&P. If some of those start moving higher and they're weighted heavily enough, the market goes up, right? So if you want to drill down, you look into individual sectors. I'll rattle off a few because you probably can't see the numbers there. Tech. Well, that's important. We know tech accounts for basically at least 1/5. It's somewhere in the 22-24% range. So tech's average gain in the last 3 months of the year, 8.61%. Materials. We've been talking about materials, man. People are excited about materials right now. It's not a very exciting sector, but you got to look in that one there. 8.38%. I'll point out healthcare because that's one of the stronger sectors, not known for being an outperformer, but that's a respectable return for the rest of the year. Also, if you go down, let's do go back to tech here. So what you see up here is 8.6% average return for the next 3 months. And then down here, go all the way down, that's the percent of time that it's positive over the next 3 months. So 81% of the time, it is positive through the end of the year by an average return of 8.61%. So what I was trying to do is just highlight some of that. Your best odds are in the consumer staple space, right? 88% of the time positive by about 6% as an average. Look at all of the ones in the 80s there: consumer discretionary, financials, industrials, materials, and tech. So if you're a sports gambler, you can attribute odds to some of your decisions. If you're an investor, you kind of want to know what's on your side and what you're fighting against and everything. If your big idea is to invest in real estate for the rest of the year and you believe wholeheartedly in that, you better hope the odds are working with you in this, or working against you in this case, because the odds are about a 50% chance that you're going to average a 1.45% return. Do you think I'm the only one that knows this? Right? I like sharing it with you because I like stats, but do you think that people that program the algorithms at Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Susquehanna, all these places, do you think they go, in the last quarter of the year, we should focus on real estate? No, it says in the last quarter of the year, let's look and see what historically performs the best. And you notice money moving towards that. So you got to keep that stuff in mind. Just something interesting to share with you. Okay, one last thing before we do stocks in the news, because I had a lot.
Yep. That's it, man. I just wanted to share that. I was looking at the closing beat last night, and I was like, oh, man, I'm going to share that with the gang tomorrow. And I almost forgot. But I just wanted to share it with you because, Dustin like to hit you with the stats, historically for everybody, because, everybody that ICT stuff don't gel with everybody. So anytime I be seeing something that I be like, hey, that's pretty good, let me share it with the gang. I just be trying to share it with the gang. And again, Dustin is my personal financial advisor. Him, Eric, Cody, everybody down there. with Mama Jazz, everybody with Jazz Wealth down there in Florida. They a good group of people, man. Small company. They I think they got like about $250 million dollars, 250 million in assets under management now. That's what that 200 that was behind him. That's when they was celebrating when they went over 200 million. They had like a big celebration thing. They put the 200 behind. They did a big celebration when they got to $200 million in assets under management. And I think they had like 250, 260 now, 260 million. But I just want to share that with y'all, man, because it's like, you know what I'm saying, just to hear it from somebody other than Lil Timmy Rogers and hear stuff from somebody who this is his job, this is his profession. I trust him with my money. A lot of other people trust him with their money. So I just wanted to share his statistical take on the whole matter, like, cause that's he go off of stats. That's it. He don't go off of no feelings. He don't go out. If I call him and be like, Dustin, I want to do this right here, and he be like, well, Tim, you know what I'm saying, the stats for this is this, and this is a better direction to go. The stats on this, he all statistical. That's it. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me, man. I've been on here a long time. We're gonna go ahead and call it what is the market doing? What is the market doing? What in the world? Oh, I forgot I switched it back to daily candles. I'm like, what in the world just happened? But I switched it to daily candles. I thought we had to rocket it back up, but I forgot I switched it to daily candles. The Dow finally, I'm gonna say we're finally trying to push, but it did go down a little bit. The slow melt is on again. Let me turn this OCO off. Again, I'm not interested in trying to short nothing here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go get me some cereal. We got with the slow melt is still going on. Just looking at what we did. This opening candle or this 10 o'clock candle here would have been the entry candle. It's nothing of my entry type that I'm seeing. Yeah. There, I don't have it wouldn't have been no kind of entry for me because we took off, we came up, we ran buy side liquidity, but we didn't come back to any type of fair value gap or anything like that. All thing we did was set equal lows, pushed up, ran buy side liquidity above here. We didn't get to the buy side liquidity that I was watching on the hourly level. We just ran buy side liquidity on a 5-minute level. Did we even get any on a 15-minute level? Yes, we did come above a 15-minute level also. But we didn't get back to the hourly level. And then we quickly sold off. So I wouldn't have been in a short anyway. The next, based off how we're trading right now, this would be an area to be looking to go short this 5-minute fair value. Let me mark that out and see what it looked like on the higher time frame. Later, if price hangs out down here for the rest of the morning and through lunch, this area would be a nice area looking for a short because from the New York high, this is the New York high here down to where we are now. As you see, that will put us into a premium based off this price leg right here. This area, we could get back into a premium right around the New York open. Getting close to the top of that fair value gap would be a nice area to look to short. On the 15-minute. On the 15-minute, we got a fair value gap below that on the 15-minute. Look like, no, we don't. The fair value gap is in the same spot. based off of where we at now. The fair value gap is in the same spot, just bigger. So around that New York open, up a little bit higher, that'll be a nice area to be looking for a short. To be looking for a short. Yes. This low right here did not break that high. So that'll be a mitigation block right there. Went up, came down, failed to break that high, sold off heavy. So this area right here would be like the mitigation block right there. So again, that's another area, mitigation block on top of the fair value gap. We started pushing, The further we push, the less interesting anything trying to go short becomes to me. Because we pushing. Okay, we took out this sell side. That sell side is on deck. Let's go to these hourly candles. I know I said look at the push now on the Dow. The NQ dropping. The ES on its way to get this. What low is that? From the 4th. Is that the daily low? No, that's not the daily low. Because the daily low is right here. The daily low is 36.86. That's the daily low. That's the entire daily low. That's the London. That's 6 o'clock. That's the 6 o'clock low that we just kissed right there. 6 o'clock candle. Just came back. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. And here we go again. We just went past this area right here. Remember when I was talking about if we come down, it could be a potential area to go short, but the order blocks are a little offset, but relatively the same area. You got the bullish order block here, and now you're setting a bearish order block there. They're roughly in the same area. If you look at the wick of this bearish order block, is very close to the bullish order block there, and that's right around the area where we was talking about the 15-minute mitigation block, right around the premium market. But we push and put the further we push, the more extended it gets to the downside. And I'd be like, I see you tomorrow. I appreciate y'all. You over here sick on that move. Live to trade another day, my guy. Live to trade another day. I'm glad you appreciate that perspective. Yes, I'm glad that you appreciated that, FC. 37.30 is the close of 9:20, which is the last green day. Oh, okay. 37.30. Okay, let's check that out. Let me see. Right there. Okay. 37.30, the open right there. Yep. Right here. The close. This close is 37.32. The open right there is 30. Okay. And that's right there, that breaking structure that we was talking about earlier. We're coming right back there to that breaking structure. We were talking about that earlier. We mentioned that earlier when we was coming down to that breaking structure. And shout out Dustin, like he was talking about with like the pullback. How is this day going to end? Are we going to totally erase one of these huge green days, or are we just going to pull back and then start to push back up? You know what I'm saying? How violent is this rally / snapback going to be? You know what I'm saying? Is this going to be the bounce that take us down, baby? Like we was expecting this to be a bearish week, push up in the beginning of the week and then sell off? Or are they going to hit us with the 52 fake out and just make this a totally bullish week where we push up, cool off a little bit, push up? You see what I'm saying? How they going to play this out? How they going to play this out? Trade what you see. Again, stuff like this is the reason why I say down here was the move. This ain't the area to start trying to chase. This is the area where you say, okay, market, show me what you're gonna do. I appreciate that, King Ali, for pointing it out, that this is the closure of this last green update, right? And we've got back down. We're right down here at this breaking structure, this breaking market structure. We had a breaking market structure to the upside, right? Boom, come up, breaking market structure to the upside. Here we go. We here now, right? You got to think about it, right? You got to think about it like this. Just outside of the fact that we think about ICT, right? Outside of the fact that you got to think about it. We got we went down, right? We went down and then we bounced, right? Off of a monthly level, right? When we bounced off that monthly level, right, you can see people started buying. There was a lot of buying here, right? Now we got a break in market structure right here, right? So once we go through that break in market structure, like people who watching this, right? People that was like, man, I got left down here because we took off. Now that it's pulling back a little bit and it ain't just dying off, you got people looking at this breaking market structure like, hey, we maybe can, you know what I'm saying? I could maybe get in right here. Maybe I didn't miss the move. Maybe it didn't leave me. You know what I'm saying? We not just dying off. We just cooling off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You got think about like the way other people think. You know what I'm saying? We had a breaking market structure. And if we had a breaking market structure, right? This is a daily breaking market structure. So somewhere on the calendar, this can potentially be a breaker somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look, we broke low, like this high broke a low. You see what I'm saying? This high right here broke this low. Matter of fact, that's technically a breaker on the daily. This swing high broke this. Is the same candle. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't look at it like that because it's the exact same candle, but price is fractal. So if we had a high that broke a low on the daily, somewhere in the lower time frames, this high right here broke a low somewhere, and we have traded back up through it, yielding this area as a breaker. You see what I'm saying? So let's just drop down and look at that while we're going through. Let's go down 60 minutes. Well, we're on the daily, so let's just walk down. Let's go to 4 hour, right? On the 4 hour, and there you go, right there on the 4 hour. This high broke this low. We traded back through it. Boom. Now we're back at a breaker. You see what I'm saying? We got a breaker. We got a fair value gap, right? All in the same spot. We got a 4 hour fair value gap. We got a 4 hour breaker right here. This high broke that low, and we traded back through it. So now we've come to a fair value gap, a 4 hour breaker. You see what I'm saying? It's the price fractal. You know what I'm saying? The price fractal. This is all the stuff you just pay attention to. And does it mean that we're going to stop here? No, it don't mean that, but it's a good probability that we do. You know what I'm saying? It's a good probability that we do. We're at the point where, okay, if we was in trades making money here coming up, and like our exit point was around this area here, right? Don't just be so gung-ho to just go the other way. We already hit our targets. Wait to see what the market give you, right? If this breaker fails and we come down, then start looking for a short setup. You see what I'm saying? If you're not already short from up here, you know what I'm saying? This ain't the time to just, okay, I'm just going to go short right now. You know what I'm saying? If you exit it here and wait and let the market show you what it's going to do, I'm still waiting for the market to show me what it's going to do. because I don't see my setup. I don't see anything for me to get in, right? But I'm just pointing out we're at a fair value gap. We're at a 4-hour breaker. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at it on a 60-minute. See if we got any confluence for the same area, right? This high, this high broke this low. This high didn't break that low, right? This high broke that low. So this right here, right? That would be a breaker on the hourly level there, right? If you want to look at this as a whole thing, yeah, but that's stretching it in little Timmy Rogers world. But right here, definitely this high broke that low, right? Because we came up, we made a low, came up, made a lower low, and then blast off. That's a breaker on the hourly level right there, right? So let's say the algos just blow past the 4-hour breaker and come down here to run the external liquidity from yesterday's low, right? Look where that external liquidity lies, right there at an hourly breaker, right there. So you got an hourly breaker and you got sell side external liquidity all in the same area right there. Another high probability trade to the north side, right? Just different things to look at. Like I say, this right here, that right there, this wouldn't qualify as a breaker to me because all we did was once we ran sell side here, we came up, set a high, right? Came down, didn't break that low, pushed back up, and then we broke the low. So we make a low, a lower low, take off. That's the breaker right there. Boom. This high broke the low. So yeah, man. That's it. That's all I got. What you say, King Ali? Looks like the price could be the breaker on the You feel me? You feel me? We all looking at the same charts, man. We all looking at the same charts. You feel me? Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm about to go eat. It's almost 11 o'clock, almost time for me to get off anyway. So, and I still haven't been given no kind of setup or anything. We've come down and set relative equal lows right here, and we're pushing back up. So, this may be a nice short after lunch since we set these relative equal lows right here. You know, that tends to be a magnet for price, but keep in mind that's just 15-minute chart. The hourly chart, same thing. We got a relative equal low, so may work out. Setting a potential order block right here, setting a potential order block right there. So the area may be a nice short. Just keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind for the afternoon. If I don't fall asleep, I'll see y'all. I appreciate that, Lil Hawk. I appreciate you here to learn and share. Would say come down. Cool it say come on down. Come on down, man. I ain't mad at you. Hey, man, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me all this time. I wish it could have been a little more exciting, but hey, man, this what it is being a full-time trader. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing flashy or fancy about it, man. Shout out to homie King Ali for being on one accord, looking at the exact same thing, sharing it in the chat. I appreciate everybody who be dropping the gems in the chat, everybody that be come through, sharing knowledge, sharing with it. Shout out to homie Towns for always pulling up, asking questions. What you said, Chris? Man, I missed all of this right here. Ideally, with this price action, we will want to see it go above the high of pre-market / London, then reverse lower. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I just wanted it to get above 37.79, and The London was 37.83. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the same ballpark, getting back above that area right there. That's appreciate that, Chris. That's what I'm saying. I just was talking about everybody being on one accord. We're at the bullish. I don't know what MS mean. I don't know what MS mean. Breaker on the daily. Everybody looking at the same charts, man. Everybody saying the same thing. I don't know what MS mean, but everybody saying the same thing. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all tonight at 7:30. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you watching the market, you know what I'm saying, enjoy that. If you at work, enjoy that. If you're just gonna go take a nap, enjoy that. But I'll see y'all tonight at 7:30. Gone.